What is up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different because you're actually looking at my face rather than my hands doing the work. So today's video is actually about an issue I've had with my car for quite some time now. About 8 to 10 months ago, something like that. I was driving to my Air Force recruiter. Actually, I think I was driving from my Air Force recruiter. And my airbag light pinged on my dash. So I was like, hey, what the heck is that? So luckily back in my hometown, back in Virginia is where I'm from, there was a Volkswagen dealer. So I stopped in there right after I was done with my recruiter, talking to him and stuff. And they told me it was the seat occupancy sensor. Now the seat occupancy sensor, from what they told me and from what thorough research that I've actually done with this, basically what that does is just senses when there's somebody sitting in your passenger seat, and it can deploy the airbag if you get into a accident. So if there's nobody sitting in the seat, then the airbag won't deploy. Now what happened though is that sensor blew, so the sensor was constantly just off, and the airbag light pinged on because it was like, hey, you know, the airbags aren't going to deploy if you get into an accident. So to me, that's a big issue. A lot of people, like if I was to put racing seats in or whatever, that wouldn't be a big issue. Like to a lot of people, that wouldn't be a big issue. For me personally, I would do the bypass and I would make sure that the airbags are going to deploy if I decided to put racing seats in, because there's like a little wiring bypass you can get. So basically, there's no weight sensor there, but it just senses like, oh, there's always somebody in that seat, just like your driver's seat. So they would always deploy. And then you're not going to have an airbag light. So me personally, I hate airbag lights. I hate dash lights, anything like that. And I know I got a Volkswagen check engine lights for days. And I'll show you in a second. I have one right now that's been sitting here for almost a year and a half now. So after doing research on that, they tell me that the seat occupancy sensor is actually comprised of 3 components. It's the weight sensor that's actually, my hands are dry as shit. It's a weight sensor actually in the seat itself. It's actually in the seat, in the bottom part of the seat, the cushion. And then there's the module, which is a little gray box that is under the seat where everything connects to. And then there's obviously the wiring. So for me, I was lucky. It's not the actual weight sensor, and it's not the wiring. For me, it was the module itself. So I was like, okay, so how much does that cost to replace? And they were like, it's gonna be like $2,500. And I looked, my jaw dropped to the floor. I'm like, there's no way I'm paying that. I would rather have an airbag light there than having to pay $2,500 of money that I don't have. Like, first of all, I work at Best Buy right now. And then back then I worked at Best Buy, and I was like, and I'm joining the Air Force. So I don't have money. Like, my wallet's empty. Like, I don't have shit. So I'm like, there's no way I'm paying that. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. So I left. I've done, for the last however many months, I've done thorough research on this to see like maybe I can buy just an extra seat off of eBay or something that has that module and everything attached to it, so I could literally just like take my seat out and put that one in, and then it fixed the problem. I found out about things like you can do wiring resistors like you do with racing seats. That basically just tricks the system into thinking that it's always on. And then I've done research as in I can actually use Vag-com and actually code out the issue, which I don't have a Vag-com, and I'm not spending the $300 to $400 to get that cable just so I can use it. And nobody would let me borrow one. I live in the middle of nowhere in Texas. Like I live in Abilene, Texas, which is an actual city, but there's nobody, like the Volkswagen scene here is next to nothing. There's literally nobody here with Volkswagens. So, meaning like tuned and stuff like mine are. Like I'm the only one here, and it's lonesome. But anyway, so I was like, man, I don't know what to do. So today, out of nowhere, just like, you know what, let me just go into the Volkswagen dealership here and see what they say. So I took it into the Volkswagen here in Abilene, Texas, and they told me that really all it needs to do is recalibrate it, because back when I was still living in Virginia, I had junkyards all over the place, and the Volkswagen scene out there was pretty big. So what I did is I went to the junkyard, let me see if I can find it, and I picked up the module that was in another Mark V Golf. Now this one was in a Golf, not in a GTI like my car. So this is the module that's underneath the seat, and this is where all the wiring connects to and all that kind of stuff for the sensor. And so this is what needed replaced. So I replaced it way back when, and it didn't do anything. So I figured, okay, maybe I have to replace the whole entire system. And some various threads on forums and whatnot were saying that I had to replace the whole system, not just the module itself. I was like, that sucks. That's probably why they were going to charge me $2,500 to replace it. This guy right here isn't worth $2,500, but probably the system in itself plus labor and all that garbage, that was going to be $2,500. So like I said, I replaced this module, and I thought it didn't work. So basically when I went into, now we're going to skip forward to today. When when I went into Volkswagen today, they told me, yeah, it looks like you replaced the module, right? And I was like, yeah, I thought that might have been the fix, so I went to a junkyard and picked it up. That didn't work. So like, they're actually, yeah, that is the fix. All you needed to do though was come back into a Volkswagen dealer and get it, you know, recalibrated so that my new box, my new module would be calibrated to the rest of the airbag system in the passenger seat. So I was unaware of that, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So they went ahead and did that for me, $50. They said that, yeah, you know, these things go bad from time to time. It is a really expensive fix. What Volkswagen back in Virginia told me was that I had to replace the whole entire system. And I was like, well, that sucks. I'm not going to do that. And that's when I thought that maybe I could try just replacing this. But yeah, the guys here said that, yeah, you did the right thing. You replaced the right component. It's just you could have gone back into Volkswagen and just got it recalibrated and your issue would have been done. So it's really cool that I didn't have to spend $2,500. I literally saved $2,450 because it was $50 even. And just to do, I got this piece back in Virginia at the junkyard. It was like $12. And then I spent a total of like 62 bucks for a $2,500 fix. And so long story short, like that kind of stuff can really help you because first of all, safety should be the highest matter. You always want to have your airbags deployed in case you get into an accident and your passenger doesn't get fucked. And you know, it does go to help. Sometimes doing your own maintenance can really go a long way because like in this story just happened, like I literally saved $2,400. Like that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Like I would have been furious if I went to the dealer and I spent that money only to find out this far down the road that I didn't have to. I would have been furious. I'd have been beside myself in anger. I'd have been throwing stuff. I'd have been punching through walls. I'd have been crazy. So yeah, just to prove to you that this worked, I can actually show you. We're gonna turn on my car here. So they recalibrated it for me. And you can see that the airbag light is gone. It was right there and now it's gone. So I can turn off that, I can turn off that, and I can turn off brake. Now I have no lights on that side. The only thing I have is that check engine light, which is for runner flap delete on my HPA intake manifold. So that's all I have left, guys. So I guess that's just a little story of what happened today about the seat occupancy sensor being blown and what you guys can do to go fix it. I hope this helped you guys out. I don't know if the seat occupancy sensor is always going to be this issue. It might not always be the module, this little gray box, like I happen to have. Maybe your weight sensor actually in the seat is bad. Maybe your wiring is bad. I don't know. So not every instance could be this exact same one, but maybe you could go through, check the codes, do some research on different forums or Google or whatever, and you know, to be able to tell you what actual piece of it is wrong, which is good because $12 at a junkyard, and it literally took me 2 minutes. Like I went to the junkyard, I took apart the seat, like there's 4 triple squares on the bottom. I went in there, ratcheted them off, flipped the seat over, grabbed this piece, literally took me 2 minutes, not even lying, like 2 minutes in and out of the car, and $12. So you can't beat it, especially like I said, doing stuff yourself. Like it can save you so much money. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope this helped. If you guys have any questions about anything that I explained today, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. If you guys have any issues with your cars and you guys need any help or anything, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always interested in helping you guys out, seeing what's wrong. I know we all have Volkswagens, or most of us at least, so I know there's always check engine lights going on. So like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, comments down below. Make sure to hit that blue subscribe button if you liked the video, and make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on all my future videos. Thanks, guys. Peace.